I know my hair looks great, doesn't it? It's rather early-ish, I want to say. It's really not that early, but I've been up for a while. So we are going to... Hey, let me turn the music down. So I'm going to be editing some photos off the Nikon ZFC, which is my newest camera. I went out to Arsenal not yesterday morning, day before, and took the 200 to 500 millimeter lens that I got up there. We took some photos of some deer and some bison. And on the ZFC, that's actually a 300? No. Like 275 to 750 millimeter. It's 1.5. So these are pictures of the camera that I actually do need to edit. I've only finished one of them so far. I did, yeah. But that's not what we're doing today. I do gotta edit some of those though. We are going to be doing these. And honestly, getting used to the scooch over. Getting used to the Z7 or the ZFC, the balance on it actually took a little bit. So the camera body is extremely light, and that lens is extremely heavy. So it took a little bit to get used to it. I didn't like this. That was straight out of the box. I didn't change any settings or anything like that. I just made sure it was shooting in RAW and made sure it was shooting the whole sensor, and that's really it. I didn't do much of anything else to it. So we're gonna start looking. Meh. I like that one. I can definitely say that there is I mean, of course there is. There's going to be a huge difference as far as the sharpness that comes off this camera versus the Z7 II. I mean, the Z7 II is like a 45 megapixel sensor. This is like a 21. That's full frame, that's cropped. So, I mean, of course there's going to be a difference between the two, but it's not a huge difference. I do think that this camera is sharper and does actually better than the GH5 for photos, and I'm interested to see how it does whenever I start doing more video work with it. I mean, obviously it's really sharp here, and this is still at like 800 ISO. I've got one light right there, and then I've got a fill light over here that, I don't know, you may not even be able to tell that it's filling yellow in the back. I feel like it only really shows if I like change it to purple or something. I can't reach it. But I mean, overall, the photos still look good. This was, I think at this point I used autofocus for the whole day. I wanted to see the autofocus on it. And there's actually a mode on there that is like an animal priority mode, I think is the best way to describe it. And it did fairly well. whenever I put it into that mode, it was actually pretty good at ignoring the grass and going for the animal. I like that one. But I know I've got another one in here that I like better. So also on this camera, and actually I can show you. Actually, I'm gonna hit cancel real quick. So at this dial right here, which is on top of the camera, this is your ISO. And you have these little dials. So this is your EV comp, and this is your shutter speed. And your f-stop you can control normally. So like on the Z7 II, you got a knob right here that controls your f-stop, that controls like your shutter speed, stuff like that. On the Z7 II, this front one still controls your f-stop. I haven't really figured out what this back one does. I need to look. But on the Z7 II, I'm just gonna get all the names mixed up. Your ISO is controlled with a button. You can hold that button down and you can turn this one, that changes your ISO. If you hold it down and turn the front one, it changes it from auto to manual. So on this though, your shutter speed is controlled with one dial and your ISO is controlled with a different dial. And on the ISO, you have to push down this button to turn it. It locks it. Your shutter speed though, you can just turn it like normal. So right here though, okay, so that might actually be what that does. So I couldn't figure out what the back thing does, but I see here it's got a third step instead of a half step. So I was talking to Kyle and Kayla, those are two photographer friends of mine from back in Alabama, about how like this skips shutter speeds. And it might just be because I don't have it on third step, but if I put it on third step, I should just be able to control it with this back knob. And I'm actually going to try that out a little later on and see if that's it. See if that's how you activate that back wheel. And if that's the case, then that gets rid of every issue that I have with this camera. I told Kyle, like, I don't feel like this camera is very beginner friendly, because it's a classic style. It's an older style, or the retro style. And you skip shutter speeds, and because of that, you really had to know how to use your ISO and your f-stop to kind of get your exposure correctly. But I think if I put it in third step, and then I'll be able to use that back knob. This screen right here also just shows you your f-stop, since most cameras have the electronic connections. It'll show your f-stop right there. But whenever I was first using the camera, I did not see the third stop. Nope, come on. So at first, most of my photos were a little dark. I am going to take that one in. I think I've got another one that I like better, but we'll see. And then I've realized that I was a little dark. And okay, so another thing, you see how much movement there are in between these frames? Like, this deer is not moving. You see how much movement there is? That's because of how unbalanced having that tiny body on that massive lens is. That massive lens is not meant to go on a body like this. I mean, hell, I could shoot it at 750 millimeter with this thing. So it's not meant to go on something like that. I threw it on there anyway. But I think that was also just because, like, I had one of these little tripod mounts on the bottom of the lens, so like I couldn't prop it up very well, and it was making it off balance. So I don't know. I'm gonna play with it a lot more. There you go. That's the one that I want. I love that one. So much personality in this deer. And I really wish, I wish I would have been more on center with this one. She looks adorable with this. I might see if I can do something with it, crop it in a little different. We'll see. But I really wish I would have been on center for that one. These were really pretty. So this was Thursday morning, and it had snowed Wednesday. So everything was like snow frost tipped. Everything was like, you know, everything had the snow tip to it, which I really liked. It was really, really pretty out there this day. And then I wish I would have been manually focusing on this Falcon, because I think I had to, like, this was out the passenger side window, and I was by myself, so I was, like, laying down with this camera, like, trying to get it, and I'm gonna have to reshoot those. There were a lot of deer laying down in the snow. That one, that one, that one. So we're gonna get rid of that one. That one's really pretty. Mouth open. You even got the second deer over here. And then the bison were particularly close this day. So I got the steam rolling off of them. There we go. That's a better one. There were some big boys out there. You got the tongue. Look at that. It's a really good one. I mean, you can see how much movement is in between each frame. And then, so like, these were kind of all standing together, but then this guy right here was by himself. He was nowhere near the other two, or the other, like, 5 or 6. See the snow falling off the trees. And I actually got him whenever he turned around. And then he started walking towards me. I love bison so much. That one's a good one. That one. Him taking the step. And there was this coyote that was just like out and about. I could never get him close enough. Let's see how many that is. Okay, only 25. That's not bad. I feel like I've heard this song a ton. Oh, it's Sleepy Fish. I have heard this song a ton. I really wish that like. Oh, okay, yeah, I can. And I'm gonna play one of my favorite albums that I haven't heard in a while. I just gotta go look up a song off of it. I have one of their records. And it's right there. So we're gonna go to album. I have this. There we go. And their seat records actually are not black on this. They're actually like a pink cherry blossom color. It's really pretty. To eject that. Okay. So let's start. By the way, I have a new mic on the way. I ended up ordering the Deity mic. The I don't want to click that. I might have my address on it. The Deity mic, the new mic that they came out with. Okay. Like I said, it was a little dark, a little underexposed. Man, just because I hadn't figured that part out yet. I swear, I'm a real photographer. With the shadows up. Always gotta have the histogram. Let's do a 0.2. See, like, I wasn't quite used to the focus yet, and I wasn't quite used to some of it, so like I hadn't changed it. So the focus is really pulled a little too far forward, and it was angled kind of far back. So like this part of it is, this is in focus, and this is on like the edge of the focal distance. But I'll do that actually individually. I don't know, I've really been feeling like actually, I'm not gonna mess with this one at all. I've really been feeling a dreamier look where you add haze and make the haze a slightly different color to give it a really good dreamy look. I've very much been enjoying that recently. But I wanna give this a little bit of a cooler temperature. So my mids are gonna go blue, my highlights are gonna go yellow. I'm going to actually make my highlights brighter. And my shadows, about there? I think that looks pretty good, yeah. Just to give it a little bit of color definition. Just to give it a little bit of a different color. Okay, so then we're gonna go to add a mask. Select the subject. And we've got our subject selected. Now I'm going to invert the mask so that way it's selecting everything but the subject. And then we are going to add haze. And we're going to drop our
and I want to saturation a little bit. No, wait. Sound. Momo. Okay. Now we're going to create a new mask and select the subject again. No, okay, Momo, bye-bye. Next, we're going to go back to here. really like that. I really like that, actually. That still, to me, has a little bit of a dreamier look because we added the glow to the top right here. And we added a glow where the sun's coming through. We darkened right in front on the other side. I'm actually gonna darken it a little bit more. Actually add a little bit more dehaze to it. Added haze to the rest of it. To me, that looks really dreamy, but still really good. It's not like overly dreamy, you know. We left the grass still pretty yellow / orange. It's going to be very interesting whenever we get to some of the other ones that have like the snow on top of the grass. Let's actually go to this one. And I want to do this one. Actually, I want to do this one now. Oop, nope, that's not what I wanted. I don't think they'll be able to straighten automatically. If I remember correctly, I was pretty straight on that one anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that the... Yep, that's pretty good. Okay. Drop the highlights, not a ton, because my highlights aren't bad. I'm doing a little some shadow on him, or her, rather. Up those whites. I actually want to get a... Like, I'm okay if I get a little overexposure, which is good. You still get all the detail in the snow on it. I just want to drop the black just a little bit. And I'm gonna raise up the vibros, but then drop them. I try to do... If I get up 26 vibros, I'll get a negative half. Is that a red mark? Oh. I don't know. Oh, it's probably different. To kind of balance out the colors. Because I want that vibrance in the yellow, but not necessarily vibrant. So if I remember correctly, takes into account while saturation together. So the vibrance will lift up everything. And maybe it's the other way around. Maybe saturation takes into account. That's what I think. This one might freak me out again. Hang on.
Okay. I think it's calmed down. I'm getting a new mic. I have a new mic on order. I got the new Deity mic. I went ahead and pre-ordered it, so that way as soon as they start shipping it, they'll ship mine. Actually, what I might do is I might swap those around. the same thing, select subject. I clicked too quickly. And we're going to invert. And I want to add a haze. New mask. Select the subject again. This time we're not going to invert. Go with the shadow. Black on them. But I don't. Go. Create a new mask and do a linear gradient. Same thing. I almost want to darken down here. I'm going to add a little dehaze. That, I don't want that. Okay. And we're going to do another mask from the top.
No. I really like that. That looks really good to me. Yeah, it looks really good to me. Okay. I don't know if I'll like this one as much. We'll see. I don't think so. I think I really like that one, and then I think I'm really gonna like this one. So we're gonna skip that one for right now. Alright, so we're gonna do this girl. So they want that plant in there. I always wondered, like, I've never been a fan of hitting auto, but... okay. I do. Let me see what it does, actually. Jesus. Really in shadows. Yeah, I really like that. It was really good. And I think I'm only gonna do one more. Everything I just thought was really good. -30, 51, -53. -39, -26. Seriously. -26 and 39. -53, 51. -25, 26. 125. I'm probably going to have to adjust these a little bit between the two. 14, 6, 9. Black. -14. I'm beyond just like her. I really wish that I could have gotten a really good. I love that face. Oh, that felt good. I may come back to him later. -6, -14. Now we're going to go to this mask. -0.3, 51. -53, 39, -26. What is it supposed to be? -53. is 44. Oh, it's time to order lunch. Because I am hungry. I'm very hungry. I feel like I need to... turn it that way a little bit more. Melissa says she thinks I need to take this deer out and leave just this one, but I like it with both of them in there. I like sworn. Let me do that. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do it with this one as much. Maybe I will if I do take that one out, like completely out in Photoshop. Maybe that would actually look good. And I'm actually going to go ahead and take that one into Photoshop so that I can try and do it. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna try and take out this deer. As much as I kind of don't want to do it. I really like this one. Oh man. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That one one looks really, really pretty. I wish, though, that I could get, let's see here. I wonder if it'll, like, try and pick this thing up as this guy. No. I wonder what it tries to pick up. Did actually try and pick it up. Actually, I'm crazy. Yeah, I mean, I guess before there's no monotone color anyway. I just want some Okay, hey, I'm gonna order lunch real quick. I've gotta leave here at like 12:15, 12:20. 12:30, so I'm gonna have to eat earlier at lunch. Let's do it. A pilata. I'll probably stream again because Melissa actually was pretty late today. So I'll probably finish up these. I wonder if both cameras use the same naming system. If I'm gonna just run into naming and put like active ZFC or something. Probably change it. We're just gonna do the ones that are edited. I'm gonna finish this. Hopefully it won't open them as layers. That's not what I want. Oh. I'm not doing much on this. All I'm doing is kind of leveling out. Colors. I cannot wait to get good enough at shooting. I could comfortably take this camera out there with me. I guess that'll go under my portrait account. Pretty. What's called a pretty horse. That is definitely so if I stream tomorrow, which I might because of then right after lunch I'll probably do a stream of testing out getting streaming on this thing to work, figure out all the bugs, figure out what I love it when animals have the personality. Like whenever there are some things. Like I need to fix my social media stuff. I need to fix opening scene I've got a lot of stuff about it. And I've got to figure out something. This one is so and it's just because of this particular was I'm just ready for my new mic to come in. That way I can... And then we'll probably